1 second. We're going to appear in about 5 seconds over on the tube that you use. But Ryan, we are also here as well. What's up, YouTube? How you doing? How are you guys doing here at TikTok? How's your holidays? Let us know. Jolena, hello. Hello. And guys, if you do want a dual platform, we're over here on the tube that you use as well with the TikTok chat in the box on YouTube, so you always know what's going on. And so if you miss a chat, it's okay. You can go see it. Hello. How was your Christmas, Jolena? Hoodster, what's up? Welcome in. How we doing, guys? How we doing? I do want to share a big victory. We're going to try to get about 15 people in here before I do so. You worked, Jolena. That's right. You did say that. Ryan, what's up on YouTube? Hello. Um, but Jolena, I have picked out what the New Year's emoji should be. And I am thinking the big fireworks and then the confetti one. Let's just keep it simple. Let's just keep it simple. I will say it is concerning. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but right now, for some reason, a lot of countries across the world are canceling their New Year's Eve celebrations. I don't know what that means. I'm not doing much for New Year's Eve because I'll be at the Rose Bowl on the 1st, watching Bama hopefully kick Indiana's ass. Ryan, hello. Happy holidays, everyone. Once we get just a few more people in here, we're going to talk about the bullshit that they snuck in. We touched on it a little bit on Christmas Eve, but the bullshit they snuck into the VA and what is no longer available. Ryan, thank you for the shares and the likes. I appreciate you guys so very much. Sandra, what's up? Welcome in. I do just want to tell you guys, thank you so much. Right now, here's the thing. We've talked about how the numbers show up, right? We're on our journey to 30,000 for TikTok. Right now, it does show on the page 30,000. The real number is 29,951. Possibly 52 now. Hey, Jolena, yes. Possibly 52 now. But if you're in this chat, you haven't clicked follow yet, please do. It's absolutely free. If you want to join in on the conversation, it's always going to let you know when we go live. But we are trying to get to the real number of 30,000. We are 49 away. 49 away. So we can do this. We have until the end of the year. We are going to go live twice a day. I already posted once. Please go check it out if you haven't already. It's what we're going to talk about. But until then, hit the like button, hit the follow. We have a little different, it's not necessarily Penelope we're visiting today. It's something California specific, and that's all I can say, but I have not gotten a new battery because I haven't left my house in a day. So we'll get a new battery today, some between posts and lives and everything. And guys, if you can't stay for the whole live, that's totally fine. We're going to be on an hour, so till about 12. And if you can't, you can always catch the recap on the tube that you use because we dual stream now because we have accomplished that. Ace, what's up? Welcome in. How's everybody doing? But yeah, we're still trying to get, it shows 30,000, but if we lose like 2 followers, that means it's going to show 29.9 thousand again. So by the end of the year, we want 30,000 followers. We are so fucking close. We got this shit. So if you haven't hit follow yet, please do. But let's talk about what the VA silently ended as we were celebrating with our friends and family throughout the holidays. And that is, there is no longer access to AB care or counseling, even in situations such as rape, incest, and life-threatening pregnancies. They are stripping away the rights of veterans while calling themselves fucking patriots, and it's disgusting. Oreo Sammy, welcome in. It's been a minute. It's nice to see you in here. Yoli, what's up? Welcome in. And that to me is just fucking sick. But we are at 1,000. So let me turn around real quick. And the Loony Liberal, what's up? Welcome in. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. We're back again. Today's guest is a little California specific, possibly Washington and Oregon too. If you know, you know. I don't know. Old guy, what's up? Welcome in. I've noted the pro forced birth crowd is gross. Right. So nerd alert, what's so fucking crazy? Welcome back in, by the way. What's so crazy about this, A-Rod? Hello, I saw you sneak in. Um, when you're in the military, right, they have such strict regulations on your body. You can literally say you get drunk at a concert and get a really bad sunburn. They can send you up to mass, to captain's mass, at least in the Navy. So I'm assuming it's across all branches. for damage to government property. But the second you get out of the fucking military and your status changes from active duty to veteran, now the VA is saying, oh, that birth could unalive you? Not our problem. Sorry. Like, what in the actual fuck? It's disgusting. And what even adds to it is, and this is from the VA itself, and guys, if you're wondering why I'm looking two different locations, we are dual streaming. What is so sick is that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 50 men, because men are primarily underreported as well, so please keep that in mind. But 1 in 3 women who are veterans, 1 in 50 men who are veterans have experienced MST. And what MST is military actual with an S trauma. And now those same people can't get medical care for these issues that they're reporting. But we're patriots, right? We support our veterans, right? But honestly, fuck them. That's what our government is saying. 1000% A-Rod, happy holidays. Barbara, what's up? Welcome in, guys. I know there's only 11 of us in here, but that's okay. We're already at 3,000. Hit that like button if you have it. Hit the follow button even more. We are on a journey to 30K. We're so close it shows up on our screen that we have 30K. But the real number is 29,951, which means if we lose 2 followers, which you know they scrub and make you guys refollow, that means that it's going to show 29.9 again. We don't want that. We want end of the year solid 30,000 fucking people. We can definitely do it. Also, we're almost at 200 followers on the tube that use, which is absolutely incredible. And I couldn't do it without you guys. There's a reason that this is a 1-person operation, but I say we when I refer to us at Red, White, and WTF because we're a fucking community. I couldn't be here without you guys. I really couldn't. And we're not trying to get millions of one-time followers. We're trying to build a community where we can have productive conversations that foster unity and change. That's what we want. I go to the VA. What was the change? That AB can't really, we're respecting guidelines, but AB services and even counseling, it's now banned in the US across the VA. It's gone. Those services are no longer available because in 2022, President Biden because they tried this, and then President Biden made an exception, right? In forms of grape, incest, and life-threatening pregnancies. They reversed that without telling anyone. Why shouldn't it be when grape is at a level so high, Salty Space Pirate, the fact that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 50 men are victims and survivors of MST, military sexual trauma, and you're saying that shouldn't be a case? That's a really fucked up point of view, and I'm just going to be really honest when saying that. Guys, we're at 5K. I'm going to go visit our friend again. Give me 1 second. Yeah, like, it doesn't matter what you think should be allowed because you're not the only veteran that uses the VA. And the fact that they did this as we were celebrating the holidays and distracted is fucking on purpose. Like, there's no way around that. No way at fucking all. The fact that they are allowing doctors who have taken the Hippocratic Oath, basically meaning you treat anyone that needs treatment. You push your biases to the fucking side. No, they can refuse to give us care now. They're going to push us on to the next until someone chooses to take us. That is not fucking okay. And it never will be. Plain and fucking simple. Guys, we have, holy shit, we're already at 6,000. You guys are killing it. A-Rod, I know it's you in there. Thank you so much. What do you guys think about this? What else has happened that you guys are seeing? To me, this shit is all just crazy. We'll go to ground news. We'll talk about a few things. Again, this is our first live of the day. We're going to go live again at 5 p.m. If you can't make it, that's okay. We're going to dual stream and you can catch it on the tube that you use later. You deserve a raise. I just want rights. Like, I don't even need a raise. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is fucking crazy. And it's the same type of predicament where we've had more mass pew-pewings than days in the year. And I will say it's slower this year, right? Which we'll take, but it's when I made that video a couple weeks ago, it was like 391 and we weren't even on like 330 days of the year yet. Where other countries, they'll have 1 or 2 forms of mass, you know what, and they implement changes almost immediately. Yet here in the US, we've only had 20, or I'm sorry, 89 gun regulation laws enacted, and only in 33 states this year. Yet there are 10 trans athletes in the NCAA. 10. Fucking 10. Count your fingers. That's how many. Yet there were thousands of anti trans bills introduced. How the fuck does that correlate? Anybody know? I'm really curious in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for all the likes. And please, if you haven't hit follow yet, please do. 10 too many. What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously, 10 too many. Because here's the thing about TRANS, because we're not supposed to say the word because of guidelines. Here's the thing about that. It's always, we don't want men in women's spaces because they are referring to trans women as men. Yet when you introduce estrogen into your system, it affects your body. It slows you down. That is scientifically proven, because we never hear the argument on the other side of women transitioning to men playing in men's sports. We never hear that. And they're literally taking testosterone, which is not allowed, right? But we don't hear that argument because scientifically, again, it does not put a biological female's body into the same category of athleticism as a biological male. Why don't we hear that argument? It's always, we don't want women or men in women's spaces. Well, all that tells me is that you think men are dangerous, because the argument's not in the reverse. Like, what the fuck? It's just like this fucking Riley Gaines thing, that college swimmer who says she got cheated. One, she lets Fox News call her an Olympic gold medalist or an Olympic medalist. No, she's not. She's an NCAA athlete that tied with a trans person for fifth place. If that trans person would not have been there, you would have still gotten fucking fifth place. Plain and fucking simple. And they're treating her like some martyr. It's the same thing with that girl that did the fucking the essay on trans people in Oklahoma that got her professor fired when her essay was objectively fucking stupid. It looked like a fucking fifth grader had written it. There was grammatical errors. You could tell a lot of it was AI generated. The arguments didn't match what the whole prompt was about. It's fucking crazy. CJ, thank you so much. And I don't fucking understand. We have a lot of problems in this country, and I'm not asking everyone to, oh, let's be super peaceful, whatever. No, I logically, that's never going to happen, right? What I am asking is we take the problems that unalive people, that problems that could save lives, were they acted upon, those come first. If you're mad because someone transitioned and you have to try harder at your sport, you're not a true fucking competitor. You're not a true athlete. I come from a small town in Alabama where we learned life isn't fucking fair. You pull yourself up by your fucking bootstraps and you keep going. If someone's better than you, train fucking harder. Don't complain. You just look like a little bitch. Plain and fucking simple. And guys, I'm missing some comments. I'm sorry. Lose their shit on me in the ladies' room. You know what's so crazy though is that, like, I have a friend. She's in the military. She's not trans anything. She just has short hair. Um, and literally has been called out at the fucking gym for going to the female locker room, to the point where she is, I wouldn't even say masculine presenting, honestly. Like, she even wears crop tops and stuff. It's just she doesn't fall into a certain window with appearance. Kind of like how people, when I wear my hair clipped back, they're like, "Oh, you must be trans. You have short hair." It's like, you're dumb as fuck. But anyways, it's to the point where she's been called out so many times. She has a pink fucking water bottle so she can just fucking hold it up and be like, "No, like, stop." That is what's not okay. Because here's the thing, you don't want men in women's locker rooms? Well, what's happening there? Where are cases of all of these hundreds and thousands of cases to, you know, because we have thousands of anti-trans bills introduced, so there must be a huge violent threat, right? Except that doesn't fucking happen. Doesn't fucking happen. And let me tell you this. No one is transitioning so they have a better athletic standard. Exactly, warrior squirrel. What does that say about men? Because that is the fact. They are saying they don't want men in women's spaces, meaning men are unsafe. I'm not saying that. That is their argument. Yet they think men should have, oh, wives, submit to your husband. It's that fucking crowd. Like, what? And then that gets us on the whole fucking fact of we have these trad wives that have full-time fucking jobs saying that women should submit to their husbands. I'm sorry, you have a podcast, you get brand deals, you have a presence on platforms where you get paid for it. That is a job. That's not a trad wife. You are telling people to do something that you won't even do your fucking self because most of these fucking trad wives are paying for their damn husband. Violence is the only reason for men not being in women's spaces. Exactly. But like we're saying this, and I'm saying I want proof from the party of we don't want men in women's spaces to prove that it's trans athletes doing this in locker rooms because that violence isn't what's happening. Plain and simple. Yet we can't even access AB counseling, not even the services, fucking counseling. That is healthcare. If we are a victim of rape, which 1 in 3 women who are veterans have reported being victims of military sexual trauma. Explain it. And guys, thank you so much for the gifts. DF25, thank you, thank you, thank you for the Jolly Christmas. Jory, it's nice to see you in here. It's been a minute. And guys, we are going live twice today. We've already posted one post. We're going to post another. So it's going to be 2 posts today, 2 lives. And if you miss any of it, you can find it here or on the tube that you use because we are streaming there as well. And with that, you can see the TikTok chat box. But what I really, really need, Dirty Bad, hello. What if I go in the men's room? You want to know something funny? I actually got kicked out, or they tried to kick me out of a bar one time. It was my buddy's birthday. He had a few too many, and what he needed was to throw up, but he couldn't make himself. Of course, Joy Joy. I try to remember all you guys, and that's what I'm saying. We're not chasing millions of followers. I'm chasing a community where we can foster positive conversation that has change for a positive reason. Plain fucking simple. I don't want to be famous. I want to teach. I want to educate. I want to connect. I want to travel. That's what you guys afford me by tuning in, by liking this. And most of all, please hit that follow button. We are on our way to 30,000 and it's free. Thank you so much, Warrior Squirrel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's we're one more closer. That means we need less. I think we need like 48 now. 48 followers by the end of the year to reach our goal. We are so fucking close. So thank you guys for that. I couldn't do it without you. Sitter, what's up? Welcome in. But yeah, all of these arguments that these America first, patriots, pro life, all they have, yet you want to regulate, heavily regulate an active duty service member's body. But if that service member is pregnant with a fetus that isn't viable, that is going to end their life, they now no longer have the choice within the VA to have that terminated. So once you become a veteran, that is saying they don't give a fuck about your life. Plain and fucking simple. Warrior Squirrel, thank you so much for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Horned Vampire, hello, welcome in, welcome back. We still got 37 minutes on here. So quite a while. We're just getting started. We already have 18,000 likes. You guys are going crazy. Our goal has already been met. I appreciate you guys so much. Nerd Alert, thank you so much for sharing the live as well. Trucker, what's up? Welcome in. And guys, sometimes on here, on the tube that you use because the box is transferred, it does limit you through Tickfinity 5 messages every like 15 seconds. So if it lags a little bit, that's why, but they all will start to follow up. But I do appreciate you all. Wow, how often does that happen in the military? How often, what does AB, like how often does AB happen in the military? So here's the caveat. Active duty service members, yes, can still get this service. Um, TRICARE doesn't cover it, but I think you could still access it. It's just not for free. But with the VA, it's supposed to be a free service because if you are a disabled veteran, because you have been disabled due to your time in the military, you're no longer able to get that when you have 1 in 3 women and 1 in 50 men. Given the VA's reports, this is from the VA saying 1 in 3 women, 1 in 50 men who are veterans have experienced MST, military sexual trauma. Actually, so this is about canceling too, that VO guy. Um, the counseling is really important too because it does let you know about your options. Because I'm not saying if it's a risky pregnancy, you should get an AB every time. I think that's up to you, but I think you should be allowed to have the choice, because after that, it is none of my fucking business. But I think the contradiction lies in that this is such a common occurrence, because it includes, the ban even includes, even in cases of rape, of incest, and of life-threatening pregnancy. Now, to a lot of people, the maternal mortality rate seems quite low. I'm gonna get you the exact number. Mortality rate. But it means so for every 100,000 live births, this is just the point that it gets to the live birth, where people pass away. It is 18.6. That was the last estimated. Because obviously we're at the end of the year, so we're not going to get this year's numbers. But 18.6 per every 100,000. People don't think that's a huge number. But in a first world country with modern medicine and modern procedures and modern education, that should not be the case. And that is just strictly live births. So a lot of these statistics, they seem a little bit lower because the context isn't all encompassing. Does that make sense? The counseling and therapy is important. Women need to know what's happening. Absolutely. Like, there was someone on here earlier saying, I use the VA. They shouldn't have these services. Well, who the fuck are you to say what services someone's rights are afforded to them as? Because here, technically in California, the VA has to be able to provide it. Why? Because our state regulations allow it. So that's going against our constitutional rights. Plain and fucking simple. But is it going to be brought up? No. And did they make a huge announcement about it? No, they didn't. Why? Because they knew it would cause a fucking outrage. Because so many people in the military, the fact I'll give you myself as an example. When I joined the military, I was already semi out, had no plans of being with men anymore. But I got on birth control. Why? Because I went in knowing that the chances of SA or grape are huge throughout the military. Fucking huge. And now you're going to say that once I'm out and I can't get those services anymore after, like, you sign your contract with an expectation of services after. Plain and simple. A contract is a negotiation. Is it not? Yes, I wanted to defend this country, but I also didn't want to live in poverty. I wanted to have opportunity for education, and I wanted health care. So I did my time. I served 6 years. It wasn't just 4, it wasn't 1. Did 6 years. I deployed, I advanced, I was awarded, I did my due diligence. But now, this year alone, the VA has been under attack from eliminating workers from the crisis hotlines. They want to cut up to 83,000 jobs. They have canceled hundreds of contracts. They have stripped away workplace protections. They are allowing doctors that have taken the Hippocratic Oath to choose, due to personal beliefs, if they're going to treat someone or not. How the fuck is that okay? And the quick answer is it's not. It's not okay, and it's not going to be okay. We need to take care of our veterans. That should be important, especially when PTSD. Well, another thing, that VO guy, Project 2025, they have a plan to essentially rethink what qualifies as a disability. Right now they're going forward and they're just trying to attack like sleep apnea, um, tinnitus, things like that. I mean, my hearing was perfect, tested perfect. They thought, thank you so much, that guy Alan, for the follow. I really do appreciate it. My shit was perfect. They made me test 3 times because my hearing was so good. Then, after my first deployment, they had to reset my baseline. Then, they had to reset it again. I now have tinnitus. I get ringing in my ears. And it can be really debilitating. You guys have seen it on here where I literally just have to like crouch down because it gets so loud. And they don't want to count those. But in Project 2025, they also want to throw in TBIs, a huge debilitating factor. I also have 30% brain injury because of a TBI that I experienced in the Navy from someone in the Navy. They want to disqualify that. They also want to disqualify fucking PTSD, the main cause of need of treatment from the military. Who has a plan? Who is part of Project 2025? A lot of people, like Russell Vaught, who is cutting a lot of programs across the board right now, are architects of Project 2025. Um, I can actually find it for you. Hold on. So what you can do when you do this, you can Google and always stay on TikTok. All hail TikTok. We respect guidelines. But do Project 2025 mandate for leadership. So you're going to click on that and go to the Heritage Foundation website. You're going to the source itself. A huge fucking document's going to pop up, right? If you're on Mac, it's Command F. If you're on Windows, it's Control F. And just do veterans. It'll bring you, you'll keep scrolling until you see a few things. So there's 57 options. I think it's around like page 400 or so. Department of Agriculture. One second, guys. We're looking for it. We're looking for it. Agriculture. Still. Food stamp. Oh, food stamps is on there, by the way. They've been trying to cut that shit. Return the original purpose of school meals for low income families. However, today, this is what they say. Today, however, federal school meals increasingly resemble entitlement programs that have strayed far from the original objective and represent an example of ever expanding federal footprint in local school operations. The reason I bring that up, in Oklahoma this year, there was a vote, and they could have voted to provide free meals for the kids in school in Oklahoma. They fucking voted against it. That's not fucking pro-life. Anyways, we're still going. We're still going. We're on page 305. Hold on. Writes in chapter 20. Okay, so we're in chapter 10. Let's go down to chapter 20. Sorry, guys. It's a 1,000-page document. So it takes a little bit. God bless America. We'll just say the VA. This is just veterans is quite vague. We'll do VA. Oh, that's even worse. Veterans Affairs. 1. Okay. Well, take me to fucking chapter 20. Guys, it's not easy to navigate. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me just check see what page. 641. 641 is where you can start. It doesn't always line up perfectly because the PDF and the pages sometimes transition differently. I will say that. Hold on, guys. We're on the 500s. See, that's chapter 16. Stay with me, guys, and hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're so close to 30,000. It is insane. Chapter 17. We're just gonna do a pull down. This is too much. There it is. All right, we are on chapter 20. Oh my God. They want to rescind all departmental clinical policy directives that are contrary to the principles of the conservative governance, starting with AB services and gender reassignment surgery. That's the first fucking thing on their reform. The very first one. Maverick, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you guys. Guys, we're at 30K. Holy shit. Thank you so much. This is what they said. This is what needs reforms. And it's literally says needed reforms. It's on page 644 if you want to follow along. Focus on the effects of shifting veteran demographics. At least during the next decade, the VA will experience a significant generational shift in its overall patient population. Of the approximately 18 million veterans alive today, roughly 9.1 million are enrolled in VA healthcare, as they fucking should be because it's promised. And 6.4 million of these enrollees use VA healthcare consistently. Oh, how dare we use what's offered to us after we serve our time? These 6.4 million veterans are split almost evenly between those ages of over 65 and those under 65, but share the VA's healthcare dollars spent predominantly over or in the over 65 cohort. They're trying to cut off elder veterans. That's what that means. That share increases significantly as veterans live longer and use the VHA system at a higher rate. They don't want us to live longer. They just said it. It's disgusting. They are trying to throw veterans already in a fucked up system. They're trying to privatize it, making wait times longer, access harder to get when we have done our time. Many of us more than fucking once. And now they're trying to take that away because it's unsustainable. That's not very patriotic. That's not very pro-life. It's it's fucking disgusting. I'm trying to find the disability rates though. That's where it gets really super fun. So give me 1 second, guys. And if you're over on YouTube, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Community care eligibility, that means they're trying to privatize it. Um where's that? Anyways, guys, I don't want this to take up the whole live. By the live tonight, I will have it that are in benefits. Okay, we're getting close actually. Let's see. Veteran disability. See if I can find it super quick. Of course not. Oh, that's because I spelled it wrong because I'm an idiot. Still not popping up, but it's in there. I'm going to do that research for you guys later. I've actually done a video on this on the tube that you use and on here of the cuts they're proposing. And a lot of them are to declassify PTSD, TBIs, tinnitus, sleep apnea, all very common, caused by the military due to the environments you're placed in, right? They don't want that to count, Ryan. Thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate it. Michael, what's up? Welcome in. How's everybody doing? Please hit follow if you haven't already. I know there's a few of us in here, not a lot. It's a midday live. This is normally how it goes, but we're almost at 35. At 35, I'll visit our California friend again. But yeah, it's disgusting. And of those 83,000, by the way, a lot of people aren't putting two and two together. Of those 83,000 jobs they want to cut to go back to 2019 standards, which is when I was getting out of the military and it was a fucking shit show. A lot of veterans hold those jobs. So not only are they taking their benefits away, they're fucking taking their jobs away. You're okay with that? It's not fucking cool. But they're America first. A-Rod, no worries, no worries. Guys, we are already at 35. Oh my God. You guys are on it today. But let's talk about something. Brian, thank you so much for doing the finger hearts. I appreciate it so much. Um, did anyone have any MAGA family drama? Sitter, I know you're in here. Hopefully you're still in here. Let us know if it happened. Really interested. We got about 22 minutes on here. We're going to get off at 12, and then we'll be back at 5. We've already posted one video today on both platforms. We're going to post another. Don't know what it's going to be about yet, but earlier it was definitely about this. Kelly, hello, welcome in and welcome back. We've just been going over the fact that while we were celebrating with our friends and families and just taking some time to relax, PK 2.0, what's up? That the VA banned all abortion services and abortion counseling, even in situations such as rape, incest, and life-threatening pregnancy. Yeah. The plans were implemented, I believe it was December 18th through the 23rd. So right as everybody was like building up to the holidays. And this shit's on purpose. Is there anything else you guys have seen that you would want to see and talk about for the rest of this live? You guys let me know. I've been leading the charge. And you guys have just been lighting up the likes, the gifts. It's a really good one. User, what's up? Welcome in. But please, 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 we are so close to 30,000. So close that it shows 30,000 on the page yet. But look at the actual number. It's a little less than 50 that we need. And we have 6 days to get it. Plenty of fucking time. Plenty of time. That means we need to get less than 10 a day. We've already got 3 on this, so this is great. Implemented by the man who's witness. I'm saying, double passport holders in governments. Passport holder, I mean, for me, like I get why people are pissed. But I would rather focus on politicians like Jared Kushner. If you know, you know. Holding multiple passports, whatever. Dual citizenship, I see where doubt lies, but I'm not going to say having dual citizenship automatically correlates to you're someone that we can't trust. In many circumstances, it can actually be they come or they are dual citizens where the government's better. You mean Weasel? Yeah, Weasel. And the Frozen ramped up their activities. I got some hope for you guys. And if you're from the South or you know anything about Louisiana, and practices there, you don't mess with Creole people. You don't fucking do that. Especially in a place that has so many voodoo practitioners. Whether you believe that shit or not, I believe intent carries a lot of weight. Um, they got the little poppets, the ice poppets all around, like the little voodoo dolls, and they're sticking them. People have been pushing or putting ashes behind the hotel where they're staying. ICE members are reportedly not showing up for work. They're sick. Don't fuck with New Orleans, bro. And I will say, and it pissed me off when I read it yesterday morning. It said that cities like the mass violence in cities like Oakland, Chicago, New Orleans, and it named a few other cities. And most of these cities have not seen National Guard presence or have just recently seen it. Same with like ICE presence. And the government is giving credit to this administration for that. No, motherfucker. The places that you were saying the most dangerous have showed a significant drop in crime. So what the fuck are you talking about? Roswell, what's up? Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, to that I say don't fuck with New Orleans. Don't fuck with New Orleans. Don't disrespect their practices, don't disrespect their people, because if you've ever been to New Orleans, the air, the atmosphere, it feels different. If if any type of magic practice is real, New Orleans is proof of it because it literally fuels the culture. You feel the difference there. And always, please respect their practices. Um, because it is something, whether you agree with it or not, whether you believe in it or not, it means something to them. And I'm telling you, intent means a lot. Just kind of like the intent of that fake AI video of Epstein's last hours, you know what I'm saying, that they put out, which was weird as fuck. Also intent that person I just mentioned wrote Larry Nasser and then said that the president shares their fondness of young girls. That's as much as I can say about that. You can look that up. They're trying to say it's fake, just like they just found a million more documents. They've had this shit for fucking years. And they're not even redacting it right. Whether they're stupid or whether we got someone on the inside, go look at those files that are redacted. It's not going to work for all of them, but people have shown. I even did it last night. Copy and paste it to Word. They used a fucking black highlighter. They didn't really redact it. He's living large in another country. Enrico, honestly, at this point, it wouldn't fucking surprise me. He's always admitted it all along. Even an Epstein survivor tweeted, I'm blanking on her name right now. You can look it up. Erin Parnas actually did a story on it. But which is how I found out about it and looked into it. She tweeted that every accusation is a confession. Every accusation is a confession. And a lot of people talk about how Donald Trump goes on about these post-term abortions. Is it because he's seen them? Like on Lake Michigan? Just saying. Just fucking saying. It's all alleged. It's all speculation. But context and intent matters. Mm-mm. His bank accounts are active? I'm sorry. What? Enrico, do you mind giving me a source so I can look this up? Because like that might be our next story. Who knows? But I mean, the fact that you can look at these files, and yes, they make them large on purpose. I literally was gonna download some, and then it said 25 gigabytes, and I was like, I don't have that type of storage because I'm trying to film a docu-series. But um, it's just fucking sick. The fact that they went on my stories and literally said um that there's no proof that he's in the files. Can you fucking read? Uh, Command F or Control F, depending on whatever computer you're using. It's been deleted? What the fuck? It's crazy. What I will say that took me by surprise, and I'm going to say this to both cameras, is Bill Clinton saying, release every goddamn file with my name on it. So there's three things. He's either calling their bluff, knows they won't, and it's going to make him look more innocent, which is possible, but I doubt it because if I can figure that out, anyone can. The second is that he knows he's fucking going down and he's going to bring everybody down with him. And I hope that's what happens because I don't care what political fucking party you're on. I don't care how much money is in your bank account. If you're involved in the files in the way of a perpetrator or protecting anyone, you need to be held accountable. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I didn't know and I voted for you in the past and you end up in those files. Fuck you. You deserve to be punished. Plain and fucking simple. Because what happened? The fact that the survivors are not believed or protected says everything you need to fucking know about this country. Every fucking thing. Because if we just believed survivors, we wouldn't need the fucking files. But I digress. Designated room. What really got me, and I'm not going to pull up the picture because it disturbed something in my spirit, and I'm not going to inflict anyone else on this. But I will give a trigger warning if you ever look it up. Tara Reid. What about Tara Reid? Was she involved in this? I haven't heard her name being mentioned in anything. She's obviously went through some shit though. Like you can see it. Stress ages you, and you know. But what really got me when the pictures started being released, and there is a trigger warning. So if this is something that's going to trigger you, I implore you, please do not search this. But if you are curious, and you're not triggered by these things, whether it's because you haven't experienced it or it's just not something that affects your nervous system the way it does others, and you want to look it up, just look up that fucking glove. The glove told me every fucking thing I need to know about that case. Boeing is moving to Canada. Well, hopefully that means it'll have like stricter safety regulations and stop fucking crashing. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. And guys, please, we got about 29 of you in here. We got almost 45,000 followers with 13 minutes left. Hit that follow button. It's absolutely free. If you like this conversation, you'll get alerted every time. If you don't like me, you just helped out a small creator. You never have to think about me again. Easy day. Easy day. Also, subscribe here on the tube that you use about Boeing. Okay, Enrico, let me get a pen. Because you guys know, I try to look up, I still got to look up political jest. It's been the holidays, but it is written down. It's right here. Enrico, Canada. All right, cool. Because guys, as you know, I am a one-person operation here at Red, White, and WTF. But the reason I say we, it's not because I'm speaking in third person. It's because you guys are a part of this too. You guys have made this the community that it is through your followers, through your comments, your support. I appreciate it. Glove. I'm sorry, what glove? I'm gonna Google it to make sure it'll pop up. I just have to be very vague, and it made me sick to my stomach. I literally threw up after I saw it. It is that fucking viscerally triggering. Absolutely, Enrico. Absolutely. Let's see. Epstein glove. We'll just do Epstein glove, see if it pops up. Um, mm, it just Google Epstein glove. I'm gonna get it off my fucking screen now because it's fucking sick. Brian, thank you so much for the dolphins. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry guys, that literally I'm giving the biggest disclaimer I've ever given before looking that up. Please brace yourself. It may affect you in ways you didn't predict it would affect you, because when I first saw it, I was just looking through and I was like, oh, there's pictures of people on walls. There's like weird rooms, like the dentist room. That kind of disturbed my spirit. It shook me up a little bit, but then I saw the fucking glove and I threw up. So, yeah. No, 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 no. You guys are good. You guys are good. I just want to give you accurate information, which is why when we were talking about the Project 2025, talked you through how to get to that. And again, I'm going to get the exact verbiage. I've already made a video on it, so I know it at least exists. I'll have that for the next live. I'll write it down so I can give you guys proper verbiage on how they're trying to lower what qualifies, or I guess deregulate what qualifies as disabling factors. Thank you so much, Tommy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so, so, so much. Guys, we are less than 50 away. 50 away from the goal. We have 6 days to do it. Tell your friends about this page. Again, you guys know I don't want millions of followers. I don't want to be famous. I want to travel, teach, connect, and create. That's all I want. I have 4 sisters in the military. And Enrico, I'm not saying this has happened to any of them, but statistically, that means that up to 2 of them, statistically, I'm not saying this happened, could have experienced military sexual trauma because the statistics, according to the VA, are 1 in 3. That's it's not okay. The treatment of women, honestly, just the treatment of our military members right now. It doesn't matter about gender. Specifically, in the past, it has been about gender, but I think it just they're either war criminals because they're being made to do illegal orders and intimidated and said that they're not true patriots that love our country if they ever question the legality of an order, which is inherently false and it's not something that should be taught. Oh, you mean that 1776 that they took out of already allocated housing funds? I'm still waiting. Let me know, Javier. You or not? Sorry, I have notes all on my screen, and one is Javier, um, and then I saw Joy Joy. But no, Enrico. Of your sisters, have any of them gotten that 1776 dog whistle? There you go, Kelly. And it is hard because a lot of people will come on, they'll be like, well, this is just true for officers. And when I say that you should never obey an illegal or unlawful order, that doesn't mean you're going to get to just say no. See, they haven't even fucking gotten it yet. Just like these stimmies, just like everything else, bro. Um, no, but it just makes me so, I'm sorry, guys. It just makes me so fucking mad what they're making us do because it's not going to be easy to say no. They're going to punish you to say no. It's going to be hard. You will, in some ways, be a martyr. But if one person has courage to say no, a second person needs about 50% of that courage. A fifth person needs about 25. A 10th person needs about 10%. You know what I mean? Um, it takes one person to start a movement. And I'm not saying a movement of violence. No. I want to do things in a legal way that provide unity and protection to the people in this country. Only those who got the Doge checks will receive. Oh, I get it. I get it. Because Doge didn't send out any checks because they cost more money than they saved. A movement of resistance. And the thing is like people think that resistance means violence, and that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Uh, in fact, by avoiding violent situations and situations that could get people hurt, they want the violence so they can justify things. So if we meet them with peace and with unity, think about the optics. We talk about 2 things, intent and optics. Everybody that's been and we saw it a lot at the No King's Day protest, right? Spain, Enrico, absolutely. Spain's doing the thing. Um, but we talk a lot about optics, and at No King's Day, you saw a lot of American flags. You're probably wondering why you saw a lot of American flags. Well, one, the people protesting, they're protesting because they do love this country and they want better for it. But also, it's going to be real fucking hard to sell the article full of American flags participating peacefully, saying that it was a violent protest. Plain and fucking simple, bro. Plain and fucking simple. Guys, we are at 50.1. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Dr. Love, hello. Again, guys, I know I'm not paying our temporary friend a big enough visit, but it's not our typical, you know what I'm saying? Um it's more fungi based, you know what I'm saying? Public flags soon to come. I wouldn't doubt it. Fortunately, Canada is shifting away from our US counterparts actively as well. That's true. They're disarming, they are disarmed by peaceful protests. That's why they are messing with countries around the world. Absolutely. If we can prove an optics matter, that is why I always encourage everybody. I'm going to encourage you on both platforms. Yes, look at American news sources. I recommend independent news sources because right now we just saw CBS censor itself with the whole seat caught 60 Minutes special. Um, look at how the world looks at us. And that is the truth. Because if four different countries have the same story and that story differs from what's happening here in the US, you can, the wheels start turning. You know what I'm saying? Guys, we got 5 minutes. Let's get to 60,000. We can get to 60,000. That's fucking easy work. And if you haven't hit follow already, please do. We're going to go live again later tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain Time, and of course, yes, 5 p.m. Pacific. Mike, thank you so much for the likes. But yeah, guys, and if you've noticed, I haven't spoken about left or right because it's beyond that. It is the power versus the people. And right now, the power has their fucking boot on the people's necks, and it is not okay. But that's logic. MAGA. I understand that, Tommy. There's some people coming around, though. You've been seeing it. And a big change was when the bot story finally aired because, like, the bots allowed us to like fucking gaslight ourselves for a really long time thinking like because I would think constantly how are there this many fucking idiots that believe this shit, and then it turned out to be bots, and then you'll see people protesting, not protesting, I'm sorry, debating, like Parker, Dean, Harry, Chris, all of those people. It's harder and harder for them to get people to come up, um and it's because less and less people and more people are saying they're changing their mind. Here is what's going to be our hard part. And it's going to be the fact that we cannot say, I fucking told you so. This is what you fucking voted for. Go fuck yourself. Now that they've changed their mind. Because we, as much as it fucking sucks, have to be the bigger person and say, we acknowledge that they voted. We can say, we told you this. We need to figure out where that block was, right? That kept them from getting to the truth a lot sooner. And we do this not by being assholes, not by being fake, being inquisitive, fair, and in pursuit of unity. Because if they're seeing the truth, they're going through a lot of hard revelations too. And it's the fact that they were fucking idiots. They were fucking idiots. And they're going to have to admit that. And that takes courage. And I don't say that we should be best friends with them. I understand this, Evelyn. As a queer disabled veteran who's a female in this country, I get it. I fucking understand. And I'm not saying you have to be best friends. I'm saying we have to come sit at the same table, say, hey, you fucked us over with your vote. You did. There's no denying that. What do you want to do to change? We need to figure out what got them to that decision and what they want to do differently. What's up, Cujo? We're on for 2 more minutes, but we are coming back at 5. And Cujo, it's actually been a pretty good live, I would say. It's on YouTube. Go check it out if you missed the first parts. But yeah, no, it's gonna be hard for us because I get how fucking good it would feel to say, I fucking told you, you idiot, but we can't do that. We have to say, you did fuck up. I'm not gonna take that away from anyone. They still need to be held accountable. But now that they're approaching the table, why don't we sit down with them to figure it out, to make sure this shit never happens again? Some people will call that fake friendship. I don't give a fuck. I call it inquisitive relations. Boeing, big time information. All right, give me 1 second. Daryl Boeing. All right, cool. I got that written down too. You guys know. We know. We're writing it down. We got 1 minute. Ooh, you got 1 minute to get a little less than 2,000. But there's 35 of you in here. If you haven't hit follow, please do. But otherwise, hit that fucking like button. I'll help you guys out too. Because the way we do it here is this. It has to be 12:01. You still technically get to 12:01 because I say by 12. And it's still 12 until 12:01. So keep hitting that like button. We're at 59. We still might make it on time. I'm going to help you guys out a little bit. Thank you so much for hanging out today. It was really fun. We're going to come back tonight at least for an hour from 5 to 6. You can look for one more post from me probably in a couple hours just because I need to do a little research. This is the first thing I've consumed today. So We need some sustenance first. But we'll be back tonight. Always glad to catch me live. Thank you, Kelly. And Kelly, what we're doing here that's a little bit different now, we have our TikTok chat box in our YouTube page. So if you find a time where you're missing the lives, but you want to see what we're talking about, go give me some view hours over on the tube that use. They save after. You can think of it as like a live archive, and you can go watch them. I'm in Pacific Standard Time, so 5 for me is 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and of course 5 where I'm. And we're at 60. We're at fucking 60. You guys are incredible. Give me 1 second, guys. Thank you so much for the likes, gifts, comments, conversation, and follows. We are so close to 30,000. We're gonna get it. Like, literally, there is no way. It's not. Call me Marty Supreme because negativity is not entering my fucking consciousness. This is a goal that we're gonna meet. It may be our last goal on TikTok because I don't know what the new year holds. Let's be real. But the next goal we're trying to meet over on the tube that use is 200 subscribers. We're, before I checked this live, it was at 189. I think by the end of the day, I can really get it. We're going to go forward with manifestation, with intent, with peace and unity to figure out how the fuck we can fix America because it needs to be fixed. Let's be real. All right, guys, that is going to be it for me. I love you all. Have a great day. I'll see you in a couple hours. And until then, do something nice for someone, including yourself. Bye, guys. All right, YouTube, we're heading out. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are watching this after it's already posted, comment, let us know what you like. Hop on our next live. It's going to be 5 p.m. I'll see you then. Bye, guys.